In the previous lesson, we've seen how the properties of sound that we need to graphically depict to find a system that allows us to represent the musical discourse are essentially three. More precisely, the following three properties: the duration of sound through time, the pitch of sound, and the intensity of sound. In today's lesson, we will approach the problem of how to graphically represent the duration, the first one of our three properties on the list, the duration of sound through time. Using some very intuitive concepts, we will be able to build a system of symbols. For the first example, we will choose a very common and generic pop song, and while I'm listening to this song, I can keep the time by hitting the table, the desk, with a pencil instead of clapping my hands or stomping my feet, so that you, the listener, can better hear the pencil hit the desk. This concept of keeping time is the key that will allow us to find the way of graphically depicting the duration of sound through time. Let's now see together how this can be done. So these beats that we can now enumerate from 1 to 4 are the actual foundations of what we will be building our graphical system on, which will allow us to depict the duration of sound through time easily and, we could say, in a very effective and useful way. The third thing we can look into right now, that we can do right now, since we've seen that these 4 beats regularly repeat themselves and together they are part of a bigger unit, we could say, that repeats itself over time, which means that 1, 2, 3, 4 is one unit, 1, 2, 3, 4 is another unit, and so on. So thanks to the fact that we have defined these units, we can actually divide each unit comprised of the 4 beats. So how can we do this? We will actually be putting a vertical line between the units, as you can see being done on the video, where I'm separating them this way. So these units of 4 beats in our case, but this is a case just for our example, which repeat themselves through times, are called bars, or at this point measures. We want to consider another case. Let's imagine we have a sound that instead of lasting 1 beat, lasts double the time, so 2 beats. This way, we have our 4 foundations made of the 4 beats, but instead of creating a sound for each beat, we want to create a generic sound that lasts 2 beats instead. Just like so. At this point, we must find a graphical symbol to represent this sound. And here it is. This is the graphical symbol that depicts a sound lasting 2 beats. It is an elongated white dot with a vertical line. It's an empty dot, we could say. So this note is worth 2/4 of a bar. So if we have 2 notes that last 2/4 each, we have a total of 4/4. So our bar and the notes in the bar will always have to come out as 4/4.